Hello, 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 and welcome back to Infinite Roleplay. My name is Nelson, and I am your totally immersed power gamer. and and this will be the Community 5 video reply, where the wonderful gentleman, Haminopi, sort of did a shout out to 5 channels he drives inspiration from, and I'd just like to thank you, Hammy Ham, for shouting out me and my channel. It's a really good feeling, to have someone say that what you do kind of inspires them and should be shared. So thank you for that, brother. And to drop dice because he said it. We might as well just each take turns doing this and add to the community in increasingly beneficial ways. There's been some debates that might have shifted a little bit towards the negative. So let's shine a light back up on each other, elevate each other's game. And I'm going to go through and try to list only 5 channels that I'm subscribed to, that I liked, that I both derive inspiration from and enjoy. So I'm going to start it off where I feel some of my roots are as far as the YouTube community and where I came up from, which is, the crafters side. So I'm going to holler at my crafting brothers out there, and I'm going to start with Wylock's Crafting Vids. Now, Wylock hasn't been around as far as content creation as long as some of us. He only has about 17 videos, 18 videos out right now, but they're all gold. He has some very interesting takes on how he crafts. He has very clear, very concise tutorials that are really easy to follow. The same thing with my main man for Mini Terrain Domain. Yep, Mini Terrain Domain. Jake is a boss. Again, another gentleman with very clear and concise tutorials for what he's crafting, so you can follow him step by step. He as well produces some amazing things, and he has his own take on things as well. And I like to watch these gentlemen to derive inspiration, and they help get my creative juices flowing, and they're great. Terrainaholic. Go check out his channel. He's another crafter. He does not necessarily craft quite the same as, say, Wylock or Mini Terrain Domain, but I love his channel, one, because he's an absolutely fantabulous guy. You watch him and you can feel his elevated spirit. It just puts you in a good mood. But when you watch his channel, you see what he makes out of what he gets. He doesn't seem to want to limit his creativity to any one specific thing. He finds inspiration in many things. So it's a great source of inspiration for myself, and I'm hoping for you, other crafters or potential crafters, to watch what it is you can make out of the simplest things if you just unlimit your mind. So I'm going to kind of end it on the crafters there, except for one last one, which is, our bestest of best friends, AJ Pickett. AJ Pickett's got an amazing channel. I want to shout him out a little less for his crafts, because recently he's been doing a series of videos that are so crazy informative that, if for nothing else, you guys need to check out. He's been doing a series of monster ecology videos where he pretty much picks out a single monster and he just goes in. He just describes what feels to me to be almost every facet of that monster. I believe he's going through the monster manual for D&D, but that's more than enough. You can derive a great deal of information and inspiration from those series of monster ecology vids. He goes so far in depth that his series on dragons and giants are separated by the type of dragon and the type of giant. All right, that's work. That's work that needs to be watched and appreciated. And if you watch, you'll appreciate it. Um, now, I'm gonna veer off a little bit because I don't just derive inspiration from channels in our community alone. I believe we should branch out and not limit ourselves to any one thing and derive inspiration from anywhere we can because you never know when inspiration will hit. And when it does, you got it. Yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a channel that goes by the name Beyond Science. Beyond Science has little vids where he talks about like supernatural things, Bigfoot, aliens, and whatnot. And the reason I want to call out that channel is because I like to look at these things, our myths and our legends, even our current myths and legends, our ghost stories and whatnot, because those can always be implemented in a game. You don't have to take the cookie cutter approach and copy and paste, but a simple ghost story, even now, with a little bit of tweaking, you could port over to a fantasy setting or a sci-fi setting, of course, a modern day setting, right? And that's why I like watching that channel. Another channel that isn't about tabletop RPGs at all, actually, but is a great source of information, is a channel that goes by the name of Extra Credits. Extra Credits speaks primarily on video game design, but a lot of the principles they speak about in video game design and storytelling in a video game can easily, can be easily ported over to DMing a tabletop RPG game. They go through Cthulhu, horror, basically player buy-in, but in video games it's not necessarily called player buy-in. But they go through all of that, the constant cycle of tension and release, how do you apply tension, how much do you build up, and so on and so forth. It's a great channel. And kind of because, Chris did a little bonus. I think I'll do a little bonus too. And it'll kind of be about forging as well. And, well, Michealcthulu. I enjoy his vids. I derive inspiration from his vids because he is a creative, artistic person. He makes the huge, big, giant, massive, mega swords and axes and whatnot. I really enjoy him because I can kind of connect to his specific particular brand of insanity. And, he just makes these swords, these weapons, crafting these weapons and works of art, because believe me, they are. That's his passion. And watching someone, live their passion is very inspiring. And to watch like the dedication and the blood and the sweat and the tears of what goes into those creations, to me, it's very inspiring and very motivating. I'm gonna shut up now because I'm supposed to only do the 5 channels, and I could probably go on for ever, but I'm not. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it here. And yes, again, for those of you within the community, do a reply vid. Tag, you're it. Name 5 channels that you enjoy and derive inspiration from. And I would say don't feel limited to do it within the community because, we do have a large community. We're going to get some overlap. And there are other channels, not necessarily within the specific RPG community, that are a great source of inspiration and storytelling. And with that, I've got one last question that's kind of almost not really related to this subject. I was going through my subscriptions in YouTube, and more than half of them seem to be hidden from me. I don't know why. So if you know why, let me know. Uh, anyways, my name is Nelson, totally immersed power gamer. This is Infinite Roleplay, and always remember to keep cool, get all your crafts on, and never, ever, ever let anyone or anything limit your creativity. Peace.